Welcome back to Trucking the Seven Seas. This is episode number 2. In this episode, we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're still going to go over the Excel sheet, but after every load, I've decided to start making a little bit of a little video describing what happened and where I went after each load. So we're going to start doing that from now on. We're still going to do the Excel sheet, but that'll be at the end. So I think this will be better because it'll show some of the places you go as a truck driver and some of the experiences you have as a truck driver. So I think it'll make things a little bit more interesting. I've already done a couple loads though, so I have to backtrack a little bit here. So currently we've completed 2 loads since the Lathrop load. The first load was in Fresno, California. I deadheaded down to Fresno, California, and then picked up a load there, and then dropped it off, or actually did a live unload in Riverside, California. Then, after that Riverside, California load, I did a drop and hook in Paris, California, not France, Paris, California. So I did a drop and hook in Paris, California, and then this actually had 2 stops. The first stop was in Riverside, California, so I went back up to Riverside, did another live unload, and then I took the load to its final stop in West Jordan. And in West Jordan, they unloaded it, but they actually had some overages. So the first stop didn't take out everything they were supposed to take out and left some of their stuff. It was like some pancake mix and some refried beans and things like that. Some of which I kind of wanted to take, but the company wouldn't let me, so I didn't get to take it. But I will post some pictures on it. You should see them somewhere around here. I'm not sure where. But, so there were some overages there. And then after that load, we're all caught up. And we're going to start the vlog formally in Utah. Here we go. So currently, I'm still on this load in Utah. I dropped a load here yesterday, and then went up to Procter & Gamble up in Corinne. The load I was assigned wasn't ready yet, so I waited around all day, and it didn't get ready until the end of the day. So I just came in this morning, the next day, to pick it up, and I went in there, and they handed me the guard sheet with all the information about what load you're getting and what trailer it is and everything. So I look at it, and then I start going, trying to find the trailer, and the trailer has like some really weird number that Night Transportation doesn't use. It was like W0635 or something like that, and all Night trailers are like 6.8 or 6.9 or 8.0 or 8.4. So when I saw W0635, like, that doesn't seem right. So I'm kind of like, that's weird. So I go around and I find the trailer. It took me a while because it wasn't a Night trailer. So I look at it, and yeah, this isn't a Night trailer. It does appear to be maybe leased tonight. Maybe we did the inspection on it or something, but this isn't a Night trailer. So I call up my DM and I'm like, hey, do you guys have any record of this trailer? And they look it up, or they try to look it up, and they're like, yeah, man, we don't know what that is. So it's like, oh, that's sweet. And the guy who dropped it off, the guard actually has his information on the sheet. So I talked to my DM. I'm like, hey, this guy, this driver, his truck number was whatever the truck number was. Can you look him up? And he looks up the driver, and he's like, yeah, that's one of our drivers. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then I'm like, okay, can you give me his number? Because I'm going to call him and see where he got this trailer. So he's like, yeah. So I call the guy up. I'm like, hey, where'd this trailer come from? He's like, and he just, oh yeah, I just grabbed it in the lot. which I'm assuming he meant the Salt Lake City lot. And I'm like, okay, so you just grabbed it in the lot and you dropped it off here? He's like, yeah. This wasn't a night trailer. Like, I think we inspected it, and maybe it was leased to us, but this wasn't our trailer. So I'm pretty sure this guy just kind of went to the lot, grabbed the trailer, and then dropped it off. He just grabbed the first trailer he saw, even though it clearly wasn't night, and then just dropped it off as Procter & Gamble, and now it's full of our stuff. So, long story short, I didn't take that trailer, and I let my driver manager know there's something wrong here. And now they're trying to find me another load, going somewhere else. Hopefully from the same facility. I'm just waiting kind of beside the road outside the facility. But yeah, so I've been sitting around for a little over a day now trying to find a load here, and it's not going so well. But whatever. I mean, I guess I get time to edit these videos, so that's cool. I didn't make a very good transition between the last segment and the one I'm about to show you, so I'm making it right now. Long story short, the load wasn't ready again in Utah, so after I discovered that trailer was no good, they gave me another load, but again, it was not ready until the next day, so I got a whole another day of layover. So I decided that there were a bunch of hills right next to me and mountains right next to me, well, about 2 miles away actually, and I decided to go hike to them and then hike up them a little bit, so that's what you're about to see right now. Alright, so we have another day of layover. Load wasn't ready again here in Utah. It's a little cold out here, it's about 45 degrees or something like that, but I'm going to walk over to that mountain, and there's a small hiking trail that kind of goes a little ways up it, I don't know how far. About 2 miles away. Let's get over there though. So it's a 2 mile hike to the trail from the Flying J. So that's what we do. We walk it out the 2 miles from the Flying J to the trail, and we kind of go through Brigham City, it's called, and then we get to the trail, and that's where we pick up. Alright, I found the trail. Was not easy to find because it was very small and covered in snow. Only went maybe a quarter mile up it. It's very steep. I'll just show you it here. So, a little too steep for me. Too out of shape for that. So, stopped here. And yeah. Got a real nice view. It actually gets pretty smoggy around Salt Lake because all the traffic in Salt Lake, and then you got just these mountain ranges like this one, sort of all the way down. I don't know if you can see that. All the way down, which traps the smog. So when there's no wind like there is today, and quite often in this region, you get a lot of smog, which is unfortunate. And today it's particularly bad. So that's kind of unfortunate because otherwise, you know, it might be a pretty good view. But yeah, the smog, and I think the light also isn't great right now. So what are you gonna do? But I guess I'll start hiking back now. So I took a few photos while I was at the trail and then walked back to the truck. Next day, the load was finally ready and it was in a good trailer, so I grabbed it and then we were headed to Oxnard, California. So we finally leave Utah after that hike. We finally get the load the next day, and then we start making our way to California, but we don't quite make it there in one day, and we end up stopping in Primm, Nevada. So we're in Primm, Nevada right now, and there's a number of casinos here, and I still kind of live in Vegas, and kind of like walking around the casinos, not so much the slot machines and whatnot, but just the walking. And I'm going to go walk around these casinos and take some pictures and show you. So, here we go. So I was walking around the Primm Valley casinos there and wasn't seeing anything too interesting until I got to the Primm Valley shopping mall, where I found this. So I'm at the shopping mall, the mall courts at the Primm Valley casino shopping mall place. And there is nobody here. See that? I've only seen one other person, and most of the stores are actually shut down. I think they all went down during the lockdown. Never reopened. So as I walked around that Primm Valley shopping mall, I noticed a lot of really good artwork, and I'm not the artsy type, but this stuff was actually pretty good, just noticeably good. And then I ran into a security guard and we started chatting, and she was saying that this place invited a bunch of top quality artists to come and paint murals all over the place. So they did that, and now there's actually a bunch of really interesting artwork around this mall. So it's more of an art mall. So if you're ever in Primm Valley and you want to see some art, this is the place to go.
Me wind and rain, you're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
Alright, so we're currently in Fontana, California. I dropped off that load in Oxnard, California earlier today, and then I got another one assigned to pick up in Moreno Valley, California. And it's headed to Phoenix, Arizona. Well, Tolson, Arizona specifically, but basically Phoenix. So I gotta pick it up tomorrow. So tonight I just went to the Fontana yard. Night Transportation has a yard in Fontana, so I'm just in that yard, and I gotta go to bed here soon, and then wake up tomorrow and go get that load as soon as I can, and then head to Phoenix. Alright, so came here to Moreno Valley to grab the drop-and hook. Got here, hooked it up. Tandems wouldn't move like they should have. They were kind of locked up a little bit, and then after the wheels started turning a little bit and I started loosening up, I got the tandems to move. But then I noticed this. Oh, that's not right. Try the other side. Now there it is. I noticed that. So I can't have that. I called maintenance up, and they're sending out a tire guy right now to come fix it. Guess we'll just wait until then. Alright, 3 hours later, we're back on the road and we're headed to Tulsa, Arizona today. Not going to make the pickup time, or the drop-off time, but they might take me in anyway. And if they don't, we'll just head to the night transportation lot in Phoenix, Arizona, which is also its headquarters. So, here we go.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby.
Alright, so I got to the receiver in Tolson. Tried to check in. Guard gave me a bunch of attitude, whatever. And then kind of parked in their waiting area and I was about to actually check in to where I was supposed to check in. The guard got mad at me because I went to an area that I guess I wasn't supposed to check in. They had really bad instructions there, but anyway. And then as I was parking their parking area, I saw like 20 or 30 other trucks. It was like 6 o'clock at night, and I'm just like, you know what? No, I'll just do it in the morning. So I still got the load, and I'm going to deliver it in the morning. It looks like it's probably going to be something like a 6 to 8 hour wait, if I had to guess. We'll see though. Maybe they'll surprise me in the morning. But so we'll unload this bad boy in the morning. Alright, so just tried to deliver it again this morning, and apparently the people who unload this freight aren't going to be in until 1500 today. So, didn't know that. If I had known that, maybe I just would have waited it out last night, but I didn't. And gotta wait until the end of the day again today, so okay. Here we go. Alright, so that last load going to Tolson, that I had to wait until 1500 to go unload. They had me drop it in the Phoenix yard, and a local driver is going to take care of it now, which makes me happy. I'm glad I don't have to do that. So I'm on another load now. It's going to Long Beach, California, but I think the Tolson load is actually going to be the last load for this vlog, because that Long Beach load won't make this paycheck, so I don't think we're going to go over it. So I think that ends the current week, and that will end the current vlog. So glad you watched it, and not quite done though. We're going to get into the spreadsheet, and I'll go over how much money I made and how it went this week. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll get into the spreadsheet, I suppose. Alright, now let's get into the spreadsheet here. This is going to be a lot faster than last time. Last time it was just like a half-hour spreadsheet. This time it's going to be more like just 5 minutes, real quick, because it's actually pretty self-explanatory at this point, especially if you watched my last video. So here we go. Okay, so just one thing from last week. I didn't think I was going to get a safety bonus for last week, so I was only at it for 2 weeks. But I looked at this week's paycheck, and they did give me one. So the safety bonus, the mileage bonus, the fuel bonus, and the efficiency bonus are all calculated at the end of the month. Last month was the last paycheck of the month. Or last paycheck was the last paycheck of the month. And it discharged my safety bonus, which I did in fact get. Obviously I didn't get a mileage bonus, and I didn't get a fuel bonus, and I didn't get an efficiency bonus because I was only at it 2 weeks. These three things should come in this week if I make them, so that's good. But to my surprise, they did actually give me a safety bonus, which is good. 1 cent a mile. I drove 4,710 miles. Pretty easy to do that math. $47.10. It bumped it up just a little bit there. Last time we went over this, I was only making 50 cents a mile. Now it's 51 cents a mile. So just a small jump there. And next month, with these coming in, it'll be... I should get at least some of these. So that's good. And it bumped it up quite a bit. So that's good. So that was last week. That was first week 1 through 2. And I'm going to try to do these weekly. So this is week 3. We'll see if I can keep it up weekly. It might be every other week, or sometimes I might miss a week. So we'll see how things go. But we're going to do this week right now. So this week, I only did 3 loads. This was another pretty slow week. I'll explain why. Well, you actually already know why, because I had the 2 days of layover in Utah. So I didn't get very far on this one, which is not ideal. But... it is what it is. Market's slow. They're having some trouble finding loads. It's still okay, but my last company was giving me more layover than I'm used to as well. So it's not totally foreign to get this much layover, especially in February, especially when the economy just isn't that great. So anyway, so first load. So after the Lathrop load, I deadheaded down to Fresno, grabbed that load, dropped it in Riverside. That was 387 miles. 36 cents per mile. That's the amount. Got the per diem. Total amount, $185.76, which equals 48 cents per mile. Then, of course, Paris, California load to West Jordan, Utah. You can see the math there at 36, 243, 81, $324.96, 48 cents per mile. And then the Corinne, Utah to Oxnard, California. That one was 873 miles, 36 cents, same thing, blah, blah, blah. And of course, I had the 2 days of layover. Layover in night is only $75 a day, which isn't much, but, it is what it is. And that's $150 on top of the $104 I got, or the, $314 put $400 I got. So that brought it up to $569 and a big old 65 cents per mile. Obviously, that's a little over the top because of the layover. So in the end, this week, only got 1,900 miles, which is pretty bad. Just 2 days of layover will really screw you over. So that's not very good at all. And, got $1,079.76 for 56 cents per mile. The mileage here is obviously not too bad, but the pay wasn't great. So, not a very good week. Hopefully things pick up. It is winter. Economy's not great. Freight market's not great. So, you do what you can. Even still, it's not a terrible paycheck. I went on a hike. I went on like 2 hikes. So, that's not, make use of your time, I guess. But hopefully things pick up. That was this week's paycheck. Next week, probably won't be too much better because I am taking 2 days off. So I have that. Oh, the Tolson load didn't register on this paycheck. So, after the Oxnard load, I went to Phoenix or Tolson, and I thought I was going to register on this paycheck, but it didn't. So we'll actually go over that one next week. So next week, it'll have that pay on there as well. But I think that's fine. So we put that one in this vlog, but the actual paycheck didn't register. So I guess we'll just hit it in the next vlog, which I think is totally fine. But yeah, that's this week. Not super stellar, but it is still it's not that bad. It could be a lot worse. So, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in driving for night transportation, I'll leave a link in the description and a link in the first comment, in a pinned comment. And just hit that link and enter your information, and a driver recruiter will get a hold of you. So thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.